Hello, everyone. I'm happy to see you at our final webinar connected to NMT. And today we are going to talk more about NMT vocabulary. So let's get started and let's start talking about what is going to happen today. And let's check the main topics that we will cover. So first of all, we, as usual, will talk with you about how to work with words and with vocabulary task at NMT. Then we will move on to the topic of phrasal verbs and collocations. And we will finalize our webinar with common prefixes and suffixes, as they are sometimes crucial at our test, and we need to understand how to distinguish between nouns, for example, and verbs. Let's get started and let's start talking about first our topic. But before, let's take a look at the task that we have at NMT. So, as you know, we have only one task and 5 questions in this task. So there you will have a text and you need to put the correct word in the gaps. But now I want you to take a look at this task from the point of view of vocabulary. So what vocabulary is covered in this task? So what maybe collocations, or maybe we have phrasal verbs here. So let's think what we can have here. So as you can see, here we had with you degrees of comparison, tenses, parts of speech, and passive voice. But if we are talking about vocabulary here, we focus on synonyms, we focus on different collocations and phrases, and similar words with similar meaning. Let's talk about how to work with such types of tasks and how not to spend a lot of time on them. We are going to, of course, talking about context. So first you need to do is understand the context. Why do we need it? Because when we work with you with different sentences, with different texts, you can see different tone of this letter, different topics. So we can talk about science. The topic can be about ecology, about daily life. And you need to understand whether it is formal or informal, whether it is something specific or is it something general. So now I want you to take a look at the first example and check what answer should we use here. So they discovered that horses can between angry and happy faces. So first of all, just looking at this sentence, you can see that our main topic is animals, and particularly horses. And there we are talking that they can see what emotions people have, angry or happy. So not even looking at the task, not even looking at the options, you can think, okay, I would say that the horses can see that how they are different, how faces are different. So you need to firstly read the entire sentence before looking at the options. So just you need to think what word you would put. And this helps you to not to waste time at this task and not to have some speculation. You already see what is needed, and only then you go to the options and find the correct one. So now I want you to write the correct answer in the chat and we'll see what we have. And then I will, of course, explain why we use this or that option. Okay, so I can see that your answer is B, and that is correct. Okay, now we are moving on to the next tip, and I will explain this answer, why we used it. So, first of all, as you can see in this task, we had 4 options: understand, distinguish, notice, and differ. All of these words are kind of similar, but yeah, you feel maybe sometimes that they are different. Of course, that's true. So the test often gives us synonyms that don't fit the context, but can be similar to our answer. So as we already discussed, we needed a word that means to see the difference between some actions, some, I don't know, objects, and etc. So here you said that it is B, and that is correct. Why? Because when we are talking about the word understand, you know that you can understand words, you can understand feelings, ideas, speech, but you can't understand between, yeah, we have the word between two things. That's why this option is not correct. If we are talking about the word notice, so notice is usually to see or to observe something. When we just look at something and like, okay, now I see it, for example. So actually, this word doesn't involve any comparison, so we don't have between there. And if we are talking about option D, differ, it may seem correct at the first, at the first point, because I said, yeah, you can see difference. So difference, differ, why not? But the word differ is usually about how things are different, but not about one subject with its difference, with recognizing a difference. So there, as you said, we need to use distinguish, and that will be correct. And after we understood the context, after we watched out our traps, and we found that this correct, like we are sure that this is the correct answer, we need to find some helpful words. As in the example with horses, we had the word between, yeah, horses can distinguish between. I also chose I also found 2 words, 2 tasks with these helping words. And these are word of and why. Let's read this text about horses one more time. And we have with you a small sentence. They added that horses make people of their own emotions because they react to them. And we have with you 4 options: informed, familiar, aware, and known. So let's think what we can use here. So if we are talking about these 4 variants and we are paying attention to the word of, we can already cross some variants. So if we are talking about the word informed, we don't say informed of, we say informed with some information. Familiar is kinda like the same. We use familiar with the word with, familiar with. I am familiar with this topic, for example. Aware and known. If we're talking about aware, we use aware with of, aware of something. And known, you can use known for example. Yeah, known for mostly. So the correct variant, as I can see in the chat, is C. So we are aware of our emotions. Yeah, we know them. We can understand them. Okay. So with just this small preposition, you guessed the correct answer. So it is like my really helpful advice for you is to notice these small details that can really work at the test and can really help you uh, like make this task easier and shorter for you. And I think you had already this text about Blackie, about this cat. And there we have got with you the word by. And this cat belonged, gained, resided, or owned by British recluse Ben Ria. So what do you think? What is the correct variant? So here, let's start talking about the word belonged. So there you can see that we use belong when we want to describe that this object, for example, is in ownership of somebody, of some person or some other object. For example, this house belongs to me. So we usually use this word as an active one, not as the word like in passive. Gained, we can actually gain the cat, but we can't say gain by. And I think it's not logical to use here. Resided is the same. So it is also when we use this word when we describe the object that is in someone's possession. And owned. So we usually say, for example, this house is owned by somebody. So here we need to use with you D. Okay, I can see your answers in the chat. Thank you very much that you are participating. So we can move on. One more time. Please, at the test, pay the attention to these small details. Okay. And of course, as our usual English has, we have tricky words. And some of these words can be at the test. Of course, I chose like the most common, but you can find a lot more words in the internet, but now I want to describe just a part of them. So let's start with the first pair of group or of the first pair of words, and this is the word affect and affect. But pay your attention that when we use the word with letter A, it is a verb. So, for example, it affects a lot of people. So it influences a lot of people. But if we are talking about the word affect as noun, it means that it has some result, it may have some potential result on somebody or on something. So, for example, these pillows have some side effects. So there we use with you nouns. The next pair of words is complement and complement. So if we use with you the word with letter I, it means a nice remark. But if we use it with letter E, it means that it completes or goes well with. So it's like adds, yeah. It can, I don't know, make something better, for example, or it goes well in pair with something. So here you can see that only one word, only one letter changes the whole meaning of the word. So when you work with the test, please pay your attention to these small details, but they will really change the flow of the sentence, the flow of the text. So please look at this at the test, not to just waste some points at it. The third one is principle. So the same principle is a rule, but principal, it is a head of a school. So here you can see that we used some rule, and here already in the second example we can see that it's already a person. So pay your attention to that. Next, illusion and illusion. Here the same one letter, but how it changes, yes, the whole meaning of the word. So allusion, it's indirect reference to something. For example, I don't know, this text had a lot of allusions to some, I don't know, historical events. Or an illusion, it is a false perception. So when we just live, for example, in our illusions, we live in our imaginary world. So one more example for you. Assure and ensure. So assure, it is to comfort someone, and what it means, for example, I assure you that this task will be done for, I don't know, for the next till the next day. So it is like to make somebody feel better and to calm them down, for example. And ensure, it is when we have some, for example, project, and you want to make it correct, and you say ensure, so to make certain. So please, so just you can take some notes if you need. My favorite pair of words is lie and lay. Why is it my favorite? Because a lot of students can say, I lie on the bed, I lay on the bed, or I don't know, I just sit on the bed, because we don't know this what word we need to use. So how to remember this? We have the word lie, and it means that you can go, yeah, to this position. You can go like you were standing, and now you are lying on your bed. But if we are talking about laying, it's it's the action that needs an object. For example, I need to lay, I don't know, the book down, or I need or I don't know, I laid my phone, and now I can't find it, for example. So lie. It is when we are talking about ourselves. Lay, it's when we are talking about other objects. If you want, you can also remember this word with our word lie, like not to tell to tell not truth. So both words, lie, that means to recline, and lie, that means not to tell the truth. These words are related to ourselves. So we do that. We can go to this position and we can say something incorrect or untruthful. So you can remember it in such a way. Next pair of words is emigrate and immigrate. It can be useful also at your history NMT, if I'm not mistaken, because you can also have such a question at it. And emigrate, it's just to leave a country if we use letter E and M. But immigrate, it is entering the country. So when we use I and M, it's entering the country. E and M, it is leaving the country. Next is historic and historical. So it is usually used with also economic, economical. You can also hear such examples. So historic, it is something important, something crucial in history. But historical, it is something just related to history. For example, some historical books. So they are, for example, some old books, or they tell us about some history. But historic can be events, historic, no, document. So it's something important in history. And we have like two last pairs, and proceed and proceed. Precede. It is come before, you can see. So it is something that that went before. And proceed, it's when we keep doing something. Proceed doing something, it's go forward, keep doing this. So it is proceed. And at last, stationary. Stationary with letter A. It is not moving, so it is stable, it doesn't move. It is, for example, a stationary, let it be a stationary, what can be stationary? For example, phone, I don't know, box, for example. But stationery, where we use with you letter E, it means office supplies such as pens, pencils, rubbers, and etc. So you can take some notes if you need, but what I recommend you doing, it's for sure, right, affect, so the first pair, lie, lay, and historic, historical. All of them can happen, can appear at in the text, but as far as I have seen the tests, I saw these three pairs of words as I said here. So please, if you need, take screenshots or take notes if you need. So let's move on to the topic of phrasal verbs and collocations. So, what is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb, it is a combination of a verb with a preposition, and according to the preposition, the meaning of the phrase changes. For example, when we have with you the word, the phrasal verb take up, it means to start something. If I say take after, it means to take care of something. Oh, I'm sorry, it's look after. Take after, it's when we are similar with some features to with our parents, grandparents, and etc. And collocations, these are just fixed phrases that we use like in combination. For example, make a decision, go to bed, what can be do, for example, do workout, and etc. So these are, it can be like a verb, but with a noun, and they are like they are fixed, and we don't usually change them. Oh, I'm sure that while you were preparing to NMT, you have learned phrasal verbs because they are really crucial at NMT and they can occur in the text. So as you can see, it was, if I'm not mistaken, NMT 2023 or something like that. And there you can see the task with phrasal verbs. And we had here take after, name after, look after, and go after. But why did I show you this task? not only for you to see that it can happen, but also to practice phrasal verbs by grouping them by the preposition. So, as I think there are no only students who will pass NMT at this year, if you are a student of class or 10th class, please learn phrasal verbs by the main preposition. If you feel it's better for you, because now I will show you some other methods, but for now, you can try working with that. So now let's take a look at the task actually and make it correct. So let's choose the correct option here. We had with you the same cat and we had a sentence. The split or the rest of his wealth between three cats charities with the instructions to his beloved pet. So, what can we do here? What can we say? Any variants that you have. So, the point of this task, was to split his wealth and also not to forget to look after his cat. So, if we take a look at this variant, we could have take after, as I told you, take after, it's like to be similar to a family member. Name after, it is to give someone the same name as another person. Look after, it's to take care of someone. And go after, it's to pursue or try to get something. So to follow something. So there, you can use all the money. You can split the rest of his wealth between three cats, charities, but look after my beloved cat. So here you already practiced phrasal verbs, and also you received an advice, a piece of advice to group phrasal verbs by the preposition, because when you take the test, you can see that here we have with you just different main verbs, but the same phrasal verb preposition. So you can learn it in such a way. But one more advice for you is to learn phrasal verbs in collocations. So as I said, collocation is some fixed phrase that is used in English. Why do I recommend doing this? It is because at NMT and usually when you are speaking, people usually have the same words with the same phrases. So my advice is to learn them in the context, because with the help of context, it is easier for you to remember or just to remind yourself what was the meaning of the collocation of the phrasal verb. I have chosen 5 main verbs there, and here we had come, get, take, put, and look. And we can see with you different collocations, such as come up with an idea, come across a photo, come down with a cold, get along with a colleague, get over an illness, get rid of clutter, take after my mother, take up a new hobby, take off a jacket. So here you can see that there are many variants how to learn phrasal verbs. But let's take a look at, for example, come up with idea. So if you don't, for example, remember the meaning of come up with, but you have got an idea, for example, and you need to work with filling in the gaps. What, for example, can we do with idea? We can create it. So come up with it's like to create some ideas, or like to that your idea, this idea comes to your mind, and you like understand what the meaning was. Or for example, we have the word get rid of. Get rid of an old phone. What do we usually do with our phones? We can throw them away, we can put them, I don't know, somewhere in the flat and forget about this. So we get rid of them. So just with the help of different associations with different words, you may not really learn these phrasal words, but you can learn the associations with these phrasal words. As there, you can see some connection between the meaning, for example, old phone, yeah, as I said, and this phrasal word. Or, for example, let's take one more example with preposition with phrasal verbs. Let it be put up with. Put up with someone annoying. So there, I hope that put up with it's like to accept something unpleasant. And when we have the collocation that put up with someone annoying, you can understand that it is something that you don't like, but you need to live with it. So it's put up with. Now, you can take a look at the collocations, take some notes, but we are going to move on to practice. Now, you will see 10 questions, and I want you to choose the correct answer for each of them. You can see different phrasal verbs that we had before, so I think it will be easier for you to choose the correct answer. So let's see what we have the first. I need to, and you hobby now that I have more free time. So, we have got with you take get over. It means like to recover from something, take up, it's to start something. Run into, it is to meet someone or something unexpectedly. So let's see what we need to use here, and I think you understood that it is B. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, B. So I need to take up a new hobby because I have some free time. Okay, let's move on to the question number 2. And there we have with you the next sentence. We should, the complaint before it becomes a bigger issue. So what can we do with complaint? Take after it, make up, or look into. So take after it means to be similar. Make up it is like to create, yeah. And look into it's to do some research maybe and to dive deeply in some, for example, problem. So what do we need to use here? So let's see. And the first and the answer is C. We need to dive deeply in this complaint, not to have in the result a bigger issue. So there we need to have C. Number 3, I finally, my ex. It took months, but I feel better now. I finally got over, put on, or came across. So, put on, it's to uh to wear something, and come across it means to seem to be like that. For example, I came across as a friendly person when I saw this, I don't know, when my friend saw me first. Okay, I can see your answers, thank you. And that is A. I finally recovered, yeah? I finally recovered, got over my ex. Good. Number 4. With milk. Can you go to the store? Okay, thank you for your answers. Thank you that you're active. Okay, so with, what do we have? We've run out of milk. So we don't have any milk left, and you need to go to the store to buy it. 5. She, her mother, same eyes, same smile. What phrasal verb means that we have the same features or some traits of character, for example? Okay. So here, as I told you before, we need to use a takes after, as she is similar to her mother. Okay, let's move on to the next. And here we have, I'm really seeing you this weekend. Running into, putting off, or looking forward to. So here, we of course need to use with you looking forward to, because it means that I am really waiting. I'm extremely waiting for seeing you, to see you this week. So here, please pay your attention that we need to use looking forward to, but gerund verb with ing, because it is a common problem among the students. Okay, let's move on to the next, and we have got we had to the meeting because the manager was sick. We had to get rid of, so we didn't need to throw it away. Put off, like to postpone, to delay, or look after, to take care of the meeting. Of course, we need to put it off because we need to delay it. Can you help me? A good excuse for being late. So I hope you don't do that at Green Country lessons. You don't create some excuses for being late. So let's see what what phrasal verb can describe creating something. So there we need to use with you come up with. It means to create something new. Okay, let's move on to number 9. It's hard to noisy neighbors, but I try to stay calm. So there we have got take up. We discussed it. Put up with, it's to accept something unpleasant, and get by, it means like to go somewhere for a short period of time. So here we need to use with you put up with, as we accept something unpleasant. And the last, I accidentally an old photo from our childhood while cleaning. Came across, ran over, or took off. So I found it unexpectedly and it just came across. So thank you very much. If you have written all the answers, you can type your result in the chat, like how many correct answers do you have out of 10, and I will check your answers. And now we are going to move on, and we are going to sum up our tips and tricks. So, as you can see here is kind of like a cycle because over and over again you need to do it at the NMT test. So first of all, we need to start with you with the context. We need to understand it, we need to read the whole sentence to catch the main idea, what we want to say, or what the author wants to say. After that, you need to think about your own answer, what you can write there, and only then you can look for some helpful words. So you already decided that, for example, that will be the word decision, for example, and you see that make decision, but the helpful word was off. Decision off, maybe it's not correct. So you need to think about something else. After you looked for helpful words, after you found some details that can be helpful for you, you need to, of course, choose the answer or maybe guess the answer, and after that, make logical conclusions, check whether you are correct, and understand, like, evaluate, I would say, how logical your conclusion is. If have you considered all the details that were before, like context, helpful words, meaning, and then you can make this logical conclusion and check whether you were correct or no. So try using these tips at NMT, or maybe even if you are not passing NMT this time, try practicing these tips at your usual lessons, as when you have all of these strategies and when you have them, when you practice them a lot, like regularly, you will do it automatically at the test. You will do it even not thinking about them. Because as for me personally, I don't like, I already, when I work with a text, I see what I need to do. I don't have this cycle. Like I have it, but I do it very quickly. So I don't need to waste a lot of time, to spend a lot of time thinking what I do need, what I should do first, second, and third. No, I have it quickly and clear for myself. So please try using it in your daily life, in your daily lessons at Green Country and at school. And we are going to move on to our last topic, and that is prefixes and suffixes. So I hope you know what it is, at least from Ukrainian. But we are going to start with you with prefixes, and maybe your knowledge will come right now, and you will we will remind what it is. So let's take a look at the sentence, and there we have three prefixes: on, over, and under. The meat was superb, but the pasta was completely cooked and tasted like wet cardboard. So, what according to our advice, we need to understand the context first. So here we understand that this pasta was cooked for a long time, so it isn't tasty for now. So we can see that there we need to use with you over, as it already tastes like something not very tasty, and it doesn't have this structure, such as texture, as pasta has. So it is overcooked. And when we are talking about prefixes, when we usually talk about English tests, we have got with you kind of like negative prefixes. So here you can see some uh, uh, some examples of them, and all of them mean change the meaning to the opposite. Like we have on, in, im, ir, il, dis, and non. Here you can see that on just changes the meaning to the opposite, like happy, unhappy, the same as in. But now let's talk more about the words that have specific rules. So aim, we need to use before the word that start with M or P. Possible, impossible. Mature, immature. Ear is used before words that start with R. Regular, irregular. Ill, we need to write before the word that starts with L. Legal, illegal. These, pay attention that we can use it with verbs. Often we use with verbs like agree, disagree, like, dislike, able, disable. And none, we can use often, we can see them in scientific and formal terms. Sense, nonsense, fiction, non-fiction. But we don't have only negative prefixes, but we can use prefixes to change the meaning of the word to some other functions. And there you can see that the prefix "an" forms a verb from an adjective. For example, able, enable. So enable, it means yet to start something to make it work, for example. If we are talking about the prefix "re", it means repetition. Rewrite, repay, for example, and etc. So we need to do it one more time. Miss, it comes from mistake, I think. So it means mistake or wrong action. Understand, misunderstand. Click, misclick. So when you do something wrong. Pre, I think you know what it is. So it means that something that should be done before. View, preview. Over, as we already discussed, overcooked, it means that there was an excess of something. Eat, overeat, cook, overcook, sleep, oversleep. So we did it too much and it wasn't needed. And we have got under, it means lack. Estimate, underestimate, cook, undercook. So it's not ready now. So here you can see that different prefixes can change the meaning of our verb to different meanings. So you can use this just to think in the context what you need to do in this or that case. And now we are going to talk about suffixes. And there we have a lot of them. I won't read all of them, but you can check them right now. And as you know, we have got with you three main part of speeches. These are nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Of course, we have adverbs and etc., but these are like three main ones. And when we are talking about nouns, we can create nouns with such suffixes. CL, ENS, DAM, ER, OR, ISM, ITI, T, MENT, NES, SHEEP, SHIN, JIN, and etc. So here you can see like the different meaning that it gives, but actually, you just need to remember the noun suffixes, like what is it and how can we create, for example, from the word let's be free, yeah, the word that means the state of being free, it's freedom. So here you can see how we can create all of these words. But if we are talking about verbs and adjectives, when we're talking about verbs that we don't have a lot of them, we have ate or in, I, fi, yeah, if I, fi, and ice, or etc. So regulate, enlighten, terrify, humanize, and etc. So here you can see that we don't have a lot of them, and you can use them to create some words. For example, when we are talking about the word, for example, satisfaction, we used with you shin, but if we want to make a verb, we can use the word, the suffix fi, satisfy. And now let's talk more about adjectives, because there we have more changes in difference sometimes. But let's talk about the main groups, the main suffixes there. Able, el, esque, full, equal, so historical, it's a verb, it's an adjective. Os, if, less, and the most popular is why. So, as we had with you prefix over and under, the same we have with our adjective. If we have a lack of something, or if we don't have it at all, we use less. But if we have it, like we have a lot of this, and not excess, but a lot of it, we can use, for example, full. But here is the same. The main categories, you can use them to practice, and even if you have time, you can just take a noun or a verb and try making, for example, from noun a verb and a noun, or a verb and an adjective. For example, as I said, satisfaction, satisfy, and satisfactory, for example. So you can play with this part of speech and just practice using these suffixes, or if you want, prefixes. And of course, now you will have the possibility to practice. And your task here, we won't work with prefixes, but we will work with suffixes. So now let's choose the correct suffix for each gap. Let's start with the first, and here we have with you the sentence. The violence might have been done by some brain people. So here we can understand that these people who commit some crimes or who are violent, they have a lack of brain, and they are brainless. So here you can use the suffix less. Let's move on to number 2. And there we have got, it was such a wonder Christmas mass. So there we need to create some adjective that means that this Christmas was full of some wonders. So there we need to use with you wonderful. And what about number 3? The dog is harm now. Take him out from that tiny kennel. So if we can take him out, it means that the dog is harmless. So you can understand that it has a lack, yeah, of harm. So he is safe, yeah. Okay. We have seen so many movies with that type genre. So it is something that is usual common, and really not shocking. So there we need to use with you typical. So we had the word type and we can create typical. The shop offers so many fashion items. So it means that they are different, and how to make a verb, an adjective here, it is various. So we had variety and various. Number 6. All the employees got base trainings before they work in that company. All the employees got basic trainings before they work in that company. So here we used suffix "ig". Number 7. The teacher will choose ACT students to participate in competition. So these are people who are energetic, who can do that, and these people are called active students. And the last, the fruits seem and eat. Here, pay attention that this word will be changed fully, and it won't be eatable, it will be edible. Edible, it's something that you can eat. So please pay your attention to this word. And to sum up, we used with you suffix less, full, call, ous, ik, if, and bo. So as you can see, even if you didn't know how they were created, now you know some basic adjective suffixes, and you can work with them. And of course, to finish and to sum up our webinar, I would like us to work with use of English task, and there we need to use with you, and we need to write with you the correct option. As I can see, the chat is not very active, but let's have this last 5 minutes let them be productive, and let's sum up, finalize all of our knowledge, and then we'll finish. So we had promised to meet again, see, look, or go. So there, we need to use with you word if we are talking about friend, and we don't have see, for example, each other. We need to use with you a to meet again. Yeah. So because see, we need to see something, look at least at or like some preposition, and go again is not logical here because we want to have this meeting with some person. Number 2, as I waited to the plane, I heard the announcement to that. So as I waited, and we had the helpful word plane. So what can we do with plane? Seat, board, and plant. So there, when we are talking about plane, of course, we need to use with you board. So like it's kind of, as we say in Ukrainian, yes, sit on the plane, but in English, we have a fixed phrase, board the plane. 41. My voyage, my trip, my tour and flight. So there, we are talking about Traveling by plane. So voyage is not correct here. Trip won't be suitable here. Tour is the same. So flight is the one correct option that we have. My heart was heavy. I was already lacking, missing, boring, departing, my friend. So what should we use here? So here we are already missing our friend, so it is B. Okay. And the last, as I said in melancholia, a figure appeared before my eyes. It was my friend with whom I had parted before. So before we have with you not sooner, not later, not then, but earlier. So I did it before I boarded the plane. So first of all, check the context, find the useful word that you can help you, read the options, guess the answer as you think, and only then make a logical conclusion. So that will be all with our webinars, and that is our final webinar for today. So please don't forget about the article from Green Country. We prepared some useful tips for you. You can check them according to when you scan the QR code. So that will be all. I was really happy to see you, to work with you during these webinars. I hope you found something useful for you and you will use it in your future when you will prepare to NMT. It depends on what level you are now, but please, as I said, practice regularly. Don't panic at the test, and everything will be okay. So good luck, and have a good day, and goodbye. Good luck at NMT.